Hello guys, and welcome to this video about the Arturia MicroFreak and the FM mod. I told you I'm going to do a tutorial video about the patch I created, and this is one of the one part of the video today. I'm showing you how this works, what you can do, and in addition to this, I am explaining something about the matrix here and how the matrix works, because some of you, especially the people that are new on my channel, asking a lot about the MicroFreak and how the MicroFreak works and what you can do in the matrix, what things you can automatic set on automatic or change on automatic, and this is the second part of the video I'm doing today. So the first thing is I'm showing you the patch I created with the FM. This is here. This is the patch. This is how it sounds. And yeah, today I'm trying to not use my Specular Reverb, because many of you told, asking me about not using the reverb to get the original sound of the MicroFreak. And okay, I'm doing it without. Maybe we getting a bit reverb at the end, but at the moment I am just showing you the sound of the MicroFreak without any effects. So what did I do here? The first thing I did is setting the assign, and this is the most important thing you have to know about the matrix, is you can set every point here. So if I turning this knob around, the point is just jumping from, the light is jumping from point to point, and this is the cross of the both things here. I do not know if you can read this. This is a cycling envelope and the pitch, and if I go here on this point and press the button, I can change the value here, 1 to 100 here, or to minus 100. And in addition to this, if you press and hold the matrix button, you reset it on 0. And in addition to this is your possibility, you can set this point, pitch, and cycling envelope on one of the 3 assigned points. So if you press assign 3 and you turning the knob on the pitch and cycling envelope, this point is set here, and here, and here, and here, and here. And so you can easily set the cycling envelope affects the pitch on maybe the LFO. So if I set the value here on maybe 20 or 25, and I set my LFO to, okay, we just letting the LFO here, you will see what I mean. Now the LFO is affecting the envelope, the cycling envelope that affects the pitch. You can turn this just the way around. You go to LFO is affecting the pitch, pressing assign, and then change the point to this here, the light to this, and now you assign LFO to pitch on assign 3. You see it here, LFO to pitch. And if you now go maybe on press and you affect this with maybe 25, you only get it if you press and hold your finger on the keyboard. Okay, this makes no sense at the moment. Maybe you saying that, but the possibilities you get if you think about what you can do now, just let us go to an empty matrix here, to an empty patch point. Just a moment. There are a lot of tests I'm doing here. Let's just... Okay, here we have an empty... Okay. What I didn't tell you till now is that you also can assign 1, 2, 3 nearly every knob you see in here. So the easiest way is pressing assign, then turning the knob here, and assign 1 is glide. So if you now go on cycling envelope on assign 1 and you setting the value on 25, you can work with your cycling envelope here. This is the run position. You can also set the loop position or the envelope position. And this is what I'm doing the most. If you hold shift here and you turn this knob, you get the blue, what's written here, the shape, and the shape of the fall, rise shape and fall shape. And you can just, you see it here, I hope you can see it, you can turn it from 1% to 100%, and 100% is a bow. And this, we're doing this here too. Now we have a bow, and if you want, you can set this on 10 seconds and fall time 10 seconds, and then this. So if you do not set the amount on 100%, this is working directly or working this way. And if you set it on 100%, it just took time to come on. It comes later. It's easier to show you this with an LFO. So we're setting assign 1 to LFO and maybe the cutoff. You see it here. There's the light. And I set it. So the light is here and I press assign 1 so I know cutoff and LFO. Cutoff is affecting, LFO is affecting the cutoff if I set the cycling envelope on assign 1. And now I'm just turning my knobs here and you will see what happens if I set the LFO to a division 1 of 16. Be turning the glide off. Now nothing is happening because the amount is 0. Now just watch. And it comes at 2 seconds. I can set this on 5 seconds and you can just wait till something happens. And this is really, really nice if you do long pads and you want an effect after 5 or 6 or 7 seconds. This for sure works with every LFO and it works with maybe other buttons here. If you want to affect the LFO on the shape, you can set maybe the assign 2 to the shape here. You see it? We see part 3 and then you set the LFO, point the light here. So you affect LFO to assign 2 and then just watch and listen. But this works time set. If I press the button, normally nothing happens. Just a moment. So at the moment I set the LFO on assign 2, the shape, and if I press the button, you hear it. Now I go on and zero this and set this point, LFO to assign 2, to my assign 3. So I turn the knob here and I want this light, this affecting light here on this assign point, because I want to set the cycle envelope on LFO affecting assign 2. And this is a bit complicated, but if you understand how this works, you can do really nice things. It's really true. So just a moment, I'm setting this here. So you see it, cycling envelope on assign 3. Assign 3 is normally LFO on assign 2. And now you see LFO on assign 2 is my assign 3. And now I go here and set the light here. And now I set the value to 40 maybe. And Watch and listen. You hear it. After 3 or 4 seconds, the sound changes. And now we're adding some cool other things. We want the LFO also connected to the wave here. So I set maybe this is sign 1. I set on this point, so I have my value here. And everything I have activated here is coming up after maybe 4 seconds. After 4 seconds. And I can adjust the bow, you know. I can come in very hard, I can come in very low. You see it? Huh? And now, listen. And another cool thing I just recognized a few days ago, and I didn't get that from the manual, is you can play a sound. I lower the volume at the moment. You can play a sound and you can change here the light to something else and you get the effect directly. You see it? You can hear directly what the matrix is doing with your sound. And that's really, really nice. And now let's just noodle around. So the envelope is going on the wave here, and this is my assign 1. And then I change my cycling envelope, and this affects the assign 1. That's envelope on wave. So you see, I set this here on run. I can see set it also on loop. Oh, that's not enough for me. I also want the envelope going on the timbre. Just a bit. And you know what I mean? If you just start to understand how the matrix is working, effect 1 is, or LFO is going on the wave, and you set this on assign 1, then the cycling envelope is going on assign 1. You want the cycling envelope going on assign 1, but you want also to change this here that affects 3 of the things with the press. So this only is activated. I am showing this just a moment. We zero this out. I'm going to LFO and wave here. I'm setting this on assign 1. Now I'm setting the cycling envelope affecting assign 1 and assign 2 here. And then I want the assign 2 that if is LFO on wave affected from cycling envelope if I press a button here. And this is press and assign 2. And there is my value here, 50. And now this only happens if I press a button. So let me just change here. The LFO is affecting wave on assign 1. LFO is affecting wave here on assign 1. And now I set the assign 1. Cycling envelope is affecting assign 1 on. I press assign 2. You see it here. Cycling envelope is on assign 1. And here I set my value. You hear it? And now I just want to hear this if I press my finger. You hear nothing? Now you hear it. And that's just really, really funny if you working maybe with the FM mod. Coming back to my patch here. The FM mod is tricky. I say tricky because you have to noodle around a bit to find something. So when you have a sound, you cannot work with this. So you go on the cycling envelope and change it to run. You turn all your knobs down, and this knob you turn on the right side. Now you have your cycling envelope is affecting the wave. And now just watch what happens. You know what I mean? This is your fine adjusting. You can add the amount and the shape, the feedback here. till you find something to work with. You can also add the LFO here. If you get a contrast or something to the cycling envelope, yeah, you can just adjust them together. Just a moment. I go on the minus thing here. You see? And yeah, that took time till you find something interesting. But you get it. You know how this works at the end. Okay, I think we can stop this here, because at the end you find your own sounds and your own patches and your own things you can work with. If you just working with this and you're noodling around and doing things, it's a really interesting thing just to change the type here. If you have a patch, change the type and you have something completely different. Yeah, you get it. This is the most important thing I love here with my MicroFreak. The second thing is the arpeggiator and the sequencer is so great to be creative. Maybe I'm doing a video about this. If you want, just leave a like and tell me in the comments if you want to see a video about the arpeggiator and the sequencer, how this is working. There's a lot to know about this. But for now, I'm just thanking you watching this video and for your interest in my channel and my creativity. Have a nice day, and till the next video. Bye bye.